Like Kanye here with another comic book read. I don't open this comic very often, but here we are reading it. Let me go ahead and make sure that the mic is perfect here. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and get this bitch started. Dark Knight's The Batman Who Laughs. I know you're scared right now. You don't need to pretend. I can see you trembling. You don't know why I brought you here, but you know the answers can't be good. And you're right. It's not. You really thought you had it all figured out, that you knew every combination in the deck, and it would thrill you every time you were right. When the hand came down in a familiar pattern and a familiar story. About an outsider who can see the good in all of us. About how we all have the power to fight what is right. Or how we can each overcome our darkest moments. But this isn't any of those stories. There are familiar parts, but they're all in the wrong places. And there's nothing more frightening than when all the cards lay out on the table just right. But then, another card comes and changes the meaning of the entire hand. And there's no way to know what's going to happen next. Next page. Earth, -22, Gotham City, many years ago. Which one was that, Bats? Mercy Hospital or maybe Gotham General? It's hard to keep the chaos straight this late in the game. Come on. You have to get into the spirit of things to make it right. The drugs are only interfering with your body, after all, not your mind. I made sure of that. There we go. Look, I know this must be very hard on you. It's on both of us. Do you have any idea how many charts you need to coordinate the systematic killing of every city? I guess you wouldn't, because that's your line, isn't it? Killing. You and your pals. Like good old Jim Gordon, right to the end. I heard him shout it over the radio, over and over. By the book. Bring him in by the book. But when I finally got to him, he understood. I saw it in his face, in his eyes, right before I dissolved them, I mean. He called for his girl last, you know. Hard to hear as his jaw was melting. I saved the pipe for you, though. Still warm. All right. See, Bats, we're running out of time, you and me. We need to evolve, and fast, or we'll miss our chance. There is no by the book anymore. I threw the damn thing out. Burned it. Every story, every character, one by one. All the cops, all the villains looking for that breaking point. The joke too far. It has to exist. Bruce, I know it does. Will, tonight I'm going to tell it. I'll shout it from the rooftops. Can you hear me, Batman? Can you? Oh dear, what's this now? A lovely young family heading back from the theater? Damn it! Oh, I know what happens next. Blam, blam! Don't be afraid. You don't need your mommy and daddy anymore. You're the first citizen of a brand new Gotham, one made from the best of him and the best of me. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Now bring the next family and the next, and keep them coming. Our line for his line. No, Joker! Things are getting intense, guys. Let's see what happens next. And here we go. Joker. Never, I'll never say it. Stop! Stop! No, I'll keep coming this way. Now stop! Your family next. Ha ha ha! No, you will stop. Never! You still don't have the guts, Bruce, do you? No. It's going to be you and me forever together. Stop! Stop. Stop. Uh-oh. Batman just killed the Joker. Ooh, baby. 2 days later. He was dying, Clark. The chemicals that made him the Joker, they were starting to eat him away from the inside. That's what pushed him to take things so far. Why he pushed me. Are you alright? If you're asking whether I'm going to slide down a slippery slope, no. I'm not. Sorry, he's dead. But I won't give him the satisfaction of becoming what he wanted me to be. That's all I needed to hear, Bruce. I've spoken to Star Labs in Metropolis about taking the children in. With the Arkham destroyed and the GCPD in ruins, it seems the least we can do. He said he wanted to make something new out of the best of both of us. My trauma and his blended together. They might be beyond saving, Clark. I can't believe that. No one is beyond saving. I'll be administering their treatment myself. They need to deal with someone they can't hurt. A physiologist spoke to one of them this afternoon, and she tried to bite her throat out. Ha! I'm sorry. That wasn't funny. Oh, motherfuck, dude! 3 days later. You've got to be joking. More robots? Since when has a single training protocol lasted 3 hours? What I want to know is, Batgirl, is why Robin did get out of sparring sessions from hell. Nightwing, I think Bruce added a new difficulty level. They've never been this dangerous before. Watch out! No kidding, Red Robin. We still need a strategy, Red Hood. Don't look at me if it's bulletproof. The Batman, is this? This is Batman we're talking about. You're going to need to shut it down manually. Hey, Batman, appreciate you brushing up our basics, but it's been years since you brought any of us in to train in the cave. Something's wrong. Talk to us, Bruce. We're family. You're right, Dick. I always hate that his name's Dick. I've been stalling, but there's no hiding from the truth. When I killed the Joker, I was infected with a new strain of nanotoxin unlike anything I've seen before. It was there all along, in his heart. More virulent than anything he'd ever unleashed. Trapped in his cells, harmless, unless he died. Yes, Barbara. As soon as the necrosis hit, the toxin was released, just enough to infect one person in close proximity. Bruce! It's been at work for nearly a week, rewriting my mind to make it more like his. If the process is allowed to run its course, I'll have the same highly ordered mind I've always had, with the moral core replaced with something evil. It was his last wish, that whoever killed him would become him. Have you told anyone else? No, I wanted to be sure, Tim. I confirmed my suspicions earlier tonight and called all of you here. The training, it wasn't for usual villains, was it? You were making sure we were ready to fight you. God, Bruce, we're not going to fight you. We're going to help you. Okay. Let's problem solve. We need a prison you can't break out of until we find a cure. Maybe the Phantom Zone. No, that won't work. Then we'll find another way. Look, we were trained by the world's greatest detective. None of us are going to rest until you are put right. And if you're worried about the city, we'll work in shifts, helping them through the chaos post-Joker. No, you don't understand. Yes, we do, Bruce. We've all been hurt by that monster before. This is just one of the Joker's games, the last one. You prepared us for this. I know. That's why I brought you here. Well, we're here to help. No, not to help, Jason. I brought you here because the four of you would notice something was wrong with me before anyone else would. And I'm sorry, but I can't allow that. Bruce, what are you doing? Holy fuck. Something you weren't prepared for. So he whips out a bunch of machine guns and shoots the Bat family. Holy fuck, dude. That's savage, dude. 1 week later, the Watchtower. I've been thinking a lot these last few days about the man I was, Bruce. I remember how I justified bringing them here. I just walked through the Justice League trophy room and it struck me how many weapons we've gathered over the years. You thought they should have been destroyed, but I pushed. I wanted to know how they worked, and I do, Superman. I know how to operate doomsday machines that could level cities in seconds. They used to keep me up at night, but I didn't know why. Now that my mind's been put right, I finally understand. It's so simple. I wanted to use them, Clark. I wanted to use each and every one of them. But why? Why have you done this? The same reason, because I want to, because I don't have to hold back anymore. Hell, I'm disappointed I only get to do this once. Do you realize how many ways I know how to kill you? The people, they see what you are. They'll fight back. They better. What fun would it be if they didn't fight back? Wow. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. Let's go on to the next page here. Wow, this story's getting pretty interesting, guys. Go ahead and turn my fan on for a second. Fan's really loud, but it's okay. It's clearing up all the fog. The fog is really bad, you know? It's almost done. Alright, back onto it. Oh God, Clark, what has he done? Dad, my eyes! Something's wrong with my eyes! I'm scared! Why don't you pull out that old Superman magic, puff out that old chest of yours, and tell your wife and son that it's going to be alright? That the good guys are going to win in the end. I won't cheapen what I stand for. I won't lie to my family. Ah, that's okay. You can lie to mine. Just a moment, Damien. The grown-ups are talking. Father, can I play with John now? You did this to your own son? It only took a little push, and he did it to himself. Gave me the idea for what I'm going to do to you. This is the modified strain of black kryptonite. When I tested it on Supergirl, she ripped her family apart before it killed her. Bruce, you don't have to do this. I know. Catch! Lois, stand back, Mom. What Clark, John, stand back. Get back. It was simple. Really. Killing my world. No matter what they threw at me, armies of villains, alien tyrants, the wrath of God, they were all just problems to solve, one by one, methodically, with precision and blood, until the world was ash under my feet, until the fermented began to shake, and cosmic nothing swallowed everything I knew. It felt right. I had served my greater purpose. There was no lower to sink. Or was there? Barbados showed me the dark multiverse, volatile and rolling with cosmic horror. It was beautiful. I saw how small I had been thinking. There were countless worlds left to kill, and one world above them all, where Batman lived, the Batman. Barbados said I was the perfect weapon to unleash upon this world, to drag it kicking and screaming into the dark. But I wouldn't do it alone. How could any world survive the likes of us? The likes of me. I think he understood on some level the Joker. Not entirely, of course. He was too single-minded for that. But he saw the potential. He saw that the two of us were incomplete without the other. He knew that we needed to evolve into something new, something together, something more. He used to call me the Bat King, ruling over my dark kingdom. And what is a king, really? It's a powerful card. The highest value face card in the deck. Not infallible to be sure, but potent. And the Joker card's on this own. It has no interference value. It's different by what it's played against. Dangerous in its own potential more than anything, but if you hold the two together in a hand, they can hold nearly any value. They can shift and adapt to the threat they face. And so can I. That's what's so frightening, isn't it? You've planned this game so many times, and you can see the cards on the table. You know that I have already won against any hand you could play against me, but you haven't put together how I'm going to do it yet. The heroes, they're nearly dead already. Their cities have fallen. This whole world has begun to sink into the infinite dark below. How could it get worse? What else could we have up our sleeves? You want to see, don't you? You're terrified, but you're just dying to find out. Whoa. Holy shit. They're coming. Every nightmare this multiverse has ever had. They are armed and ready for invasion. Waiting for the door to be opened. Waiting for my command. When I was Bruce Wayne, I thought with enough preparation I would always win. But I was wrong. I was trapped in an unwinning war, refusing to see the obvious answers right in front of me. The answers that are so clear to me now, with victory right around the corner. To win, you need to adapt. And to adapt, you need to be able to laugh away all the restraints. Everything holding you back. You see, a Batman who laughs is a Batman who always wins. And that, my friends, was the Batman Who Laughs, which he has such a role in the DC universe, multiverse. This is a big deal, guys. We will be going into death metal next. You guys got to meet the Dark Knights. I'm not going to read all of Dark Knight Metal. I think I'm going to jump right into Death Metal, which is part 2 of all these comics. There's like 34 of these, but you guys got to meet the most important character today, the Batman Who Laughs. You guys hit that like button, hit that sub button, and join our community if you'd like to get extra content. The little join button. We have different tiers, different perks for all you guys. But if you join as a member, you're going to get a lot of extra cool perks. So, I'll see you guys in the next comic book read. Charlie Way.